Now let's talk about what happens if we advertise several of our ASINs for a specific keyword, or if we advertise just one, but we see several of our products showing up in the search results. How does that happen? In other words, for the same keyword, we can achieve simultaneous impressions with several parent ASINs, with different products, or with variations of different parent ASINs. For example, for the keyword Red Bull, we see Georgie Water, two of their products, two bottles, appearing in two spots in the search results. These are different parent ASINs with different numbers of reviews, even though the price is the same. So we can simply target two ads to the same keyword and get more placements. Basically, a wider shelf in the supermarket for our products. And this significantly increases our market share and sales share. Sometimes we only advertise one of the products for a given keyword. We create an exact phrase or a broad campaign, see it in the search results, but even without creating an ad for that keyword or having an automatic campaign, our second product's ad also appears. We see it too. This is the case where our product targeting campaigns show up at the top of search. In that case, we don't see these campaigns in the search term reports. We don't see the target for our second ASIN in the targeting reports either. And it's unclear how it's being shown. We can see the ad visually, but we don't see it in the search term report. So this is the hidden part of advertising I was talking about. So these are impressions from irrelevant placements, from top of search and rest of search for product targeting campaigns. Or they could be subs or complements. In this case, we also might not get the keyword in the search term report. Although in auto campaigns, they still show up much more often and in greater volume than in regular product campaigns. That's why we can target different products at the same placements to push our competitors out of top of search and see a bigger result in sales volume. And if we remove our second ad, one of our competitors will take that spot in top of search and get quite a lot of sales. So it stands to reason that the more products we can successfully add to the top of search results, the more overall sales we are likely going to be able to get for the business. It's also important to keep an eye on which specific products are showing up. If we have 5, 10, or even more products, much more than there are spots in top of search, we need to monitor, visually check how many products we see in top of search at the same time, and look at how productive the products that make it into top of search are. In other words, if we want to achieve the maximum number of sales, we need to have the strongest products here, those that get the most impressions and clicks for this keyword, and have the highest center. That is, we are converting a lot of impressions into clicks, and the products with a lot of orders and lower ACOS will perform better. And if we see that the products making it to the top are the ones spending more rather than being productive, we need to remove them from advertising and replace them with more productive ones. But in order to remove the second product, for example this one, from top of search, we need to understand that just like with overlap cases for keyword targeting campaigns, we also need to remove and isolate the top of search and rest of search placements for all sub-campaigns and campaigns that target ASINs and categories, and that this could include any auto campaigns. So here, there needs to be price isolation and placement isolation in such a way that it doesn't allow our second product to appear in the top of search results. On the contrary, we can then substitute in the product that we actually want to see there. In other words, don't give Amazon the opportunity to choose which products it will show in top of search. If you create 10 different products for top of search, Amazon will show the ones where it can spend the most of your money. Don't give Amazon the choice. Let me emphasize again, make the choice yourself. Calculate which campaigns are more profitable for you and which ones are preferable for impressions. Isolate them from all the others. Make your own choice. Let the products that are profitable for you be the ones that reach the top.